Hi all, it's Kimberly and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have rebranded and I will tell you it's a very happy new year. I'm wishing you all a happy new year. I hope you had a great holiday season. I'm happy to be back and bring you your January reading and forecast. Let me talk a little bit first about this transition that I've made and why the channel, why I am now the spiritual material girl. So the reason that this transition was made is because during my time of darkness, when I was recently going through my breakup, which many of you know, I was very much tapped into spirit messages. And that's when I really began channeling the Archangels and working with Mother Mary. They came to me very specifically. I think I had asked at a soul level what was next for me. There were all sorts of avenues and directions and possibilities. But I knew the one thing was that I desired to get my writing out there, and I also desired to speak to more people, spread my message and spread my message more succinctly than I had been. And they came in very quickly and showed me how to do this. And not only have I channeled an entire book through them, but I was shown what to do with my coaching business and my coaching brand. And I will tell you that there is no vanity in this. It was truly divinely inspired. And the idea between spiritual and material is not a bad thing. It's a really good thing. This is about us integrating our worlds, being, it being okay to own a healthy sense of ego in your ascension. That owning a healthy sense of ego gives you the ability to, use a healthy sense of ego drive of your masculine energy to get things out there, to have a healthy sense of identity with yourself, and to balance this being a spiritual person in the physical world, right? Understanding the depth of your soul while you lead a human existence. This is the hardest part. And for many of you, you've come onto the ascension journey into an awakening. Many of you have come from spiritual backgrounds or religious backgrounds that haven't allowed the spiritual perspectives. Many of you have told me, I feel like I'm crazy along this journey. You feel like you've lost friends. You've had to compartmentalize your life, right? You can't share certain things with certain people. And I'm here to tell you it's okay to own it now. And this is what this brand is all about. It's okay to own it, and you can own it, and you can find a balance with dark and light, and sharing your shadow with others, relating to others through your vulnerability, through what you've learned, through your experience, through your hardships, through your struggles, through your dark night of the soul, sharing that with others in a new way, sharing it with yourself in a new way so that you can filter in any of that darkness that you've been through and pour that into your light and exude your light even brighter. This is my mission. This is my next phase of my own mission, is helping you to do this, to perpetuate this balance between spiritual and material, between this 5D and 3D. This is what this year is about. It's all about anchoring your 5D timelines into this 3D reality. Or now that we're shifting into a new dimensional reality and a new consciousness. How do we do that more smoothly? How do we do that and still be human and still be real without having to, reject our egos? And this is really what my mission is here. So in 2019, you're going to see I have a book coming out, and it's called The Spiritual Material Girls Law of Attraction Handbook. And it's going to be little snippets from my own experience throughout my life, as well as a complete guidebook to the law of attraction told through these stories. And there'll be workbook space in there for you. There'll be it'll be essentially a guidebook, and there'll be tips for you to understand how to master yourself and master the law of attraction. All of these principles will be woven through what I do with you one-on-one in session and through my workshops and so on and so forth. Beyond that, as you know, I've introduced the cooking and the high vibrational living into my social media brand recently. It's something that's been a huge part of my life, especially homeopathic healing, cooking for ascension, eating, living a healthy life, eating a really high vibrational diet. And now I'm going to be sharing that with you in a high vibe cookbook. So you can check all that out on the new website. It's spiritualmaterialgirl.com. You can still go to theilluminedguru.com. It's going to direct you to the same place. We've made a seamless transition on Instagram and YouTube, and Facebook is just about to catch up. They just want to see that I've made this announcement, and then they'll be able to switch over that page as well. So please follow us. Please hit like if you are just finding us now. Please subscribe. Please check out the website and the new messaging and the branding and what we're all about and what I'm trying to do in order to perpetuate this new mentality of oneness, of ditching the labels, right? Like, you no longer have to subscribe to the twin flame label, all you twin flames out there. Like, this is just about being you, authentically you, navigating your ascension, navigating your journey, and shining your light. That's what this year is for. So you're going to hear that in a lot of these messages here. So I will say that if you have not subscribed to my newsletter yet, each month I send out a monthly forecast, a new moon, and a full moon. This forecast going out for January is including the new moon energy because it's happening on January 5th. And this is a new moon partial eclipse solar eclipse in Capricorn. We're going to talk about what some of the overarching themes are. But if you want the full written forecast, please sign up on the website. And I always do repost it on the Facebook page, but you can sign up on spiritualmaterialgirl.com and just scroll to the bottom and enter your email address, and you'll start receiving those new newsletters, okay? So some of the overarching themes are about shifting from fear into love. And this is a lot of what I've been channeling from my, through my brand. But what I really feel like is so many of you are ready to take some fearless steps forward. And you already are. There's this feeling of excitement. So many of you that I've been in private session with, you've said, like, I don't know why really, but I just feel really excited about this year. I feel the good to come. I feel like I'm going to get to the next level in my life. And I'm letting you know you are. Many of you have done a lot of the crucial work to clear out the toxicities, to release yourself from karmic situations, from distractions, from people, situations, things that were kind of pulling at your energy, that now you're having this new sense of like, wow, I have renewed energy, more time, more space, more energy to redirect into my passions and into my own fulfillment. And I'm feeling okay and actually really good about doing that, right? Not guilty, leaving that sense of guilt or shame about being self-focused behind. What they've really been showing me, and especially in private session with people, because these themes just keep coming up. They keep coming up. They keep coming up. I'll tell you that my readings, although everyone's situation is slightly, different, the overall themes, even in the readings, have been very similar. And what they keep showing me is the notion of the virgin goddess from like mythology, like your Artemis, who was goddess of the hunt. And the thing about the consciousness of the virgin goddess is that she's undistracted. There's no distractions. She can fully focus herself on her creativity, her projects, and this goes for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. There is this notion of letting go of any place where we've been dependent, whether that's physical dependency or whether that's like emotional dependency, any place where we've been attached through fear to other people or certain situations. We're releasing that. We've been releasing that. Some of you have already completed that releasing and purging. Some of you are about to complete that during this eclipse season, and we'll talk more about that during the reading. But it's, like I said, it's freeing up space for you to be not distracted, for you to be unapologetic, not feeling shame or guilt for being self-focused. And during this Capricorn new moon, we're needing to be practical, to practically focus on the steps we need to take to get things ready for the big picture that we want to accomplish. Because you have that idea of the big picture now. You're seeing it. The way they've shown it to me, they're showing it to you too. And they're asking you to allow yourself to see it, to step into it, to visualize, to dream, to imagine, to let yourself get caught up in the wonder of what could be without limitation, without fear, without the things that have been holding you back over the past year and years, the things that you've now let go of. You are free now to create whatever you desire without limitation. And this is what a good majority of the collective is working on at the beginning of this year. It's the strategy, it's the planning, it's the practical steps, it's the focus that it takes to get this in order. You need to focus. You do need to do the work behind the scenes to get this ready. Now, that doesn't mean that effort creates manifestation. That's not what this means. This just means that as you focus on what you desire and you take the baby steps towards it, you start co-creating with the universe. Okay? And in that dance of co-creation, you're sending out a very clear signal about what you want to create so that the universe can rise up and respond to you. Does that make sense? So that's what you're being asked to do at this time. And this Capricorn new moon and this partial solar eclipse is all about. It's going to illuminate what that big picture is. It's going to illuminate the steps that you need to take. So follow through. Follow through is going to be big here. Follow through and focus. And this feels very connected to what you're learning over the next 2 months. This is why, like I've said in the past, I'm holding my intuitive soul coach certification training, right? This is why we're doing that program during January and February, because come March, we're reaching this place where we're emerging. We're stepping out in the world. We're no longer hermits. We know what we want. We've cleared the space. Those of you who are late bloomers in the clearing the space and letting go of the karmic relationships and that stuff, it's going to come clear to you in January. These eclipses are going to illuminate the clarity and what you need to do and what you need to let go of. But for a good majority of you, you've already let go of it. You're ready. So focus during these months. Focus on what you want to create. Do the work behind the scenes. Start planning, strategizing, learning, getting the tools that you need, and focusing and taking the steps and laying the foundation. This is the foundation for the big picture, but it happens through the baby steps. And those baby steps are how you co-create with the universe. Tell the universe what you want so it can hear you loud and clear. Because come March through, it feels like March through May, we're emerging, we're stepping out, we're connecting with others, we're having serendipitous meetings. On a personal level, like I've been saying, we're meeting our divine partners and some of you twin flames are reuniting or uniting with your twin flame counterparts. Some of you are just meeting divine partners. You're seeing oh, wow, that person in the past has been a catalyst to get me ready for this. On a professional level and as related to mission, this is when doors are going to start swinging open. You're going to go, oh, there's going to be an opportunity here. You're going to meet that person there. Things are going to start lining up for you. And there really is an emphasis about getting out there. This is they're showing me things sparking and things coming into bloom between March and May, and a lot of serendipitous encounters. So in the second half of the year, from June onward, this is about the expansion unfolding. This is about fruition. And a lot of that fruition is coming through the second set of eclipses, right? It's going to be happening during that time, June through August. And then we'll have a continued expansion right through the end of the year. As I told you, there'll be travel on the horizon for many of you. Things that you didn't have on your radar are going to come into play here. Bigger and better than what you imagined. And I said that in my early 2019 forecast, right? My predictions. Bigger and better than what you had originally imagined. You're needing to relax, to soften, to allow yourself to receive. Part of what I feel like everyone's doing with their mission, no matter what your mission is you're transmuting your pain into light. That means you're sharing your vulnerabilities. Your self-expression is getting to a new level. You're expressing yourself in a new way. You're, like I said, becoming more relatable. And you're doing that through sharing the darkness, through sharing the vulnerabilities. On a personal level, a lot of you are needing to come in touch with that feminine side, the side of you that is soft and vibrating in a place of love. Now that you've left some of this fear-based programming behind and you're releasing the lines of fear, attachment, negativity, fear programming, fear thinking, you're able to expand beyond that and start vibrating in a state of love. This love is carrying a message for you, and it's vibrating and emitting a signal out to the universe to call in the right audience for you, to call in the right clients, to call in the right friends and soul tribe. And your point of attraction is changing, okay? And that's shifting for many as you layer by layer release the fear, and step into trust. This is you embracing your feminine energy. This is you coming into a softness, an allowance, and it's a strength. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. It's a new kind of strength. It's you anchoring your strength in a new way. It's you balancing the feminine and masculine energies, like taking the inspired action when you need to, but knowing when that time is, through inspiration, through divine knowing, through trust, through trusting in your gut, through the inner knowing, through the inner wisdom, through the listening to the higher messages and the higher calling. That's going to transform how you manifest, okay? Another thing I want to mention is on January 10th, I'm holding a workshop called My Path, My Purpose. And it's all about helping you transform how you manifest, how you anchor these 5D timelines in this year, what you need to do to release that fear programming. And I will go in specifically with whomever's in the workshop, and I will give you we'll do in a group setting, we'll do individual sort of readings, and we'll touch in with each one of you in that workshop. So please join us. I think it's a great time to set this up now, to learn these tools, to have the awareness, like, where am I blocking myself? Where might I be limiting myself? So that you can really successfully move forward with these shifts and emerge, like I said, come spring. So looking at the cards, I mean, we really do have a support of these messages. We are in, the messages through the cards are in full support of what I'm talking about. I did pull for the feminine and masculine. I feel like you guys, for some reason, you need that. But remember, I know you want that. But remember, this is like also for the divine feminine and masculine within you. It's not just how you identify, okay? So like each message is really for everyone. So for the feminine side, it's the 10 of Wands. And this really is being reinforced by this message of, individuality. This is this consolidation of who we are, this shining the light, becoming one, honoring our unique individuality, our uniqueness. And it's not about being perfect. It's about being perfectly imperfect. And I said that to someone the other day in a session. And again, this is coming up for the collective. So it's that mastery of these fragmented senses of, oh, I'm this or I'm that, or I have to be that label or I have to be this. And this is really self-mastery. This is really about not subscribing to one label or pigeonholing ourselves in one direction. This is really about just honoring who you are and letting it shine. Okay? And that, I feel like the feminine or the feminine within you is mastering right now. On the masculine side, we have the King of Crystals. And this feels like what you're doing in the world, being more connected to your heart center, how you're manifesting, how you're mastering manifestation, being more connected to your heart center, your heart chakra, and also your confidence center, your solar plexus. But this is about really reaching that next level in a new way, not from the way that we've been doing things, where we've been maybe more patriarchal or adhering to the norms, adhering to the expectations. This is more about like what feeds you, what makes you happy, what is going to make your soul sing and make your heart open. Working in the physical in line with that is bringing the manifestations, it's bringing the abundance. And what they're saying is, if you don't know what those passions are, to explore them. Exploration. This is a time of getting to know, of having, this This doesn't have to be just literal, like taking trips and exploring and wandering. This is just exploring yourself, the depths of your soul, who you are, what makes you tick, what makes you happy. Use that question. That's in my newsletter. That question is your guiding force throughout this year. What makes me happy? And if you don't know, explore, get to know what those passions are. What fulfills you? And understand that maybe what fulfilled you last year is not going to be the same as what fulfills you this year. As you come into greater authenticity, as you step into greater alignment with yourself, that definition is changing, okay? So leave the opening for that. I also feel like it's about like receiving the new, allowing yourself to be open to receiving those new messages and that new definition and like reinventing yourself, right? Okay, and especially from your heart space, from your heart center. And then for the combined energies, we have the Magician. And that does not surprise me at all that we have the major arcana coming up here. And it's all about manifestation. This is the one card. This is the new year. This is about how you're mastering this law of attraction, this learning, the self-mastery, and how you're manifesting in a new way. And with that is the dependency. And how many times have we seen this in the last like 4 collective readings? I think it showed up every single reading that I posted, right? So this is about where you're needing to release the dependency so that you can step into your high priest or high priestess energy, your magician, your ability to manifest without distraction, without lower vibrational energies, coming into the higher vibrational energy. So you become this magnificent manifester, clearing out the fear, clearing out the attachment, clearing out any place where we've attached and where we've been distracted, where we've relied on something outside of ourselves. They're saying the power is within you. All the resources are within. You can create anything this year. And magic is in the air, okay? The bottom of the deck is the 10 of crystals, which again, another 10 card, which I feel like is again our mastery in this manifestation and this what we're doing in the physical world. It really does feel like, 10 and 1. I had said in a previous forecast, it feels like we're starting out this year, the magician in this one position, right? Like creating, pulling in the inspired messages, focusing, using the yin-yang energy to manifest, learning how easy that is now that we're in a better alignment where the fear is gone, getting rid of those lines of attachment, becoming a really great manifester. And then by the end of the year, it's like fruition. All things coming together, connection with other people, collaboration, abundance, fruition of our dreams. Okay, this is in a 1 year cycle. Also, I want to say from a bigger perspective that one of the things I wrote in the newsletter is that we are closing up a decade here. This is like 2019 is the end of a 10-year cycle. And although we're in a numerically, 2019, when you add it up, it's 11 plus 1, that's 12. It's a 3-year, numerically 3. But I want you to look at it in terms of the decade. We're closing up a decade. You know how each decade has like a certain feeling to it? And there's been a lot of unrest at the end of this decade. And you all are pioneers in this ascension and this shift in consciousness. And you're leading us into what feels like in 2020, a new golden era, a new golden age. What you do now to set up that new era, it's not just a new decade, it feels like a new era. What you do now to set that up is extremely important, not just for you personally, but just for humanity in general, okay? And the bottom of the Christina Georgieva Lil Wanderer deck is the healing card. I don't know if can you guys see that? Healing. And this did come up in my, I think it was my in-between the New Year, Christmas holiday forecast. I was kind of checking in on the energies. And this is again about shadow work and inner child work. But this is about the integration. This is about us integrating the shadow, using that in what we do now. And maybe for some of you, more work on that. And if you need assistance with that, you can come to me for coaching. I'm here for you. I have tools for you to help you bring the shadow into light and help you learn how you practice alignment and integration. I'm going to pull a couple of messages from the Archangel deck, and then we're going to leave it here, and I'll probably be back again closer to the solar eclipse just to give you an update on energies, okay? But I want to give you just kind of the overall forecast as we lead into 2018, what's up ahead. So the archangels are saying, I love this, and we've seen this before too, beloved one. So this is really about this year. Archangel Chamuel is saying, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. And this is anyone, whether it's twin flames in separation or those of you who are wanting and desiring to meet your divine partner this year. I feel like this is lining up for you. It's on the way. It's being healed at another level. It's being healed as you heal yourself and as you integrate within yourself. So trust that this is coming. Love is on its way to you. And the more love you are able to give to yourself from a state of self-love, you're able to hold the state of unconditional love or vibrate love to the universe in a new way. And that is a new point of attraction for your divine partners, okay? So as you make those shifts, you're calling in the right partners, you're calling in the right people. And you're also harmonizing with potentially with twin flame partners who you've been unsuccessful at harmonizing with in the past. So it's creating a harmonization. And we have career transition coming up. And that's really interesting because I really do feel like this whole new moon, this whole Capricorn energy is all focused on our career, our mission, what we're doing. It's like a lot of you are making shifts. You're leaving jobs this year. You're going to be leaving your job. You're going to be starting that mission-based business. You're going to be taking that mission-based idea to the next level or to a new height. And this is, again, the same Archangel, Archangel Chamuel. Your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. Wow. So look at that. 2 messages from the same Archangel and about love and about our mission and career. So trust. I love that. And then I'm going to consult the Wisdom of the Oracle deck because I feel like this will round out our messages, and we'll just pull a card from here just to reinforce whatever it is we need to know for this month and for starting out our new year. Serendipity. So funny because I was thinking of this card on my New Year's Eve dinner. Was I always have noodles for longevity. I can't speak today. Sorry. Longevity and prosperity. And I made like an Asian sort of gluten-free dish with rice noodles, mushrooms, and microgreens. And as the microgreens were sprinkled on my plate and in the dish, and I was sauteing them around, I kept thinking about this card because you see all these little clovers, like that's what microgreens look like. When you're eating them, cooking them, they look like those little clovers. And it made me think of this card, and I thought, that's March through May. And that's what it feels like. I do feel like this is like everything we've been doing and, everything that we've done in 2018, all the work, all the things we've been letting go of and aligning with, setting us up to focus right now. Because come the spring, there's going to be all of this serendipity happening, all of these new doors, alignment, things just coming out of nowhere, out of the woodwork, the right, the more that you're in alignment with yourself, with source energy, with trust, with, like removing the fear-based programming, stepping out of fear, the more that you're in alignment with that, the more these opportunities are going to find you. And this is chance meetings with loved ones. This is new career doors opening. This is all sorts of things. And I really do feel this is what we're setting up now for the spring. So I love these beautiful messages. I hope that you've enjoyed them too. Please check out the new website. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Happy New Year. Bye.